Hi everyone, it's my friend Robin.
That's my friend Sue.
We told you we'd be back, so here we are. We're going to do things a little bit differently today. We both asked you if you had any questions. Last time we made up our own questions that we thought you might be interested in, but this time we asked you to send us any questions you may have. So what we decided to do this time is make two videos. One that I can put up on my channel and one that Robin can put up on her channel. Different questions on each video so that you're not seeing the same video twice.
Right.
So that's what we decided. And that's what we're going to do. So you asked, we're going to answer. We both want to take a nap. So
she fed us before filming, so.
Yeah, I should have made her stop till after we were done this. But here we go. So I got one question on my video that is strictly for me that Robin can't answer. So I
could, but the answer wouldn't be right.
Yeah, well, you would know because he told you the answer.
Well, okay, yes.
Right? So this question, oh good, I can't read, oh, okay. This question was asked by Libby. And the question is, does Grumpy know you call him Grumpy? And is he really grumpy? Okay, so there is a story to this. 18 years ago, my daughter-in-law became pregnant with our first grandchild. And she went around to all of the grandparents and asked what they would like to be called by our new grandchild. So I chose Meme, which is French, and all of the grandmothers in my family were called that. So it was a given that that's what I was going to be. But Frank had no idea. He knew he didn't like Grandpa, and he didn't like Grampy. So he kind of combined them, he said, and came up with Grumpy. So he did it himself. He named himself Grumpy. Now my granddaughter is 17 and going to be a senior in high school next week. And everybody in my family calls him Grumpy now. Nobody calls him by his name. So that's it. Everybody who knows him, he's Grumpy. And is he grumpy? Heck yeah. No. Not to you.
Not when I'm around, he's not.
Oh no.
He puts
you need to come more often.
He puts on a good front.
Yes, he does. He does. But yes, like anybody else, he has his moments, which are frequent.
Oh.
He's gonna love me for that one. Oops. Oops.
We'll
So
do it later.
Yeah. Yeah. So you pick a question and see.
So we have them in Sue's little shopping basket. So,
yes.
it may be a question from my channel on here, it may be a question from Sue's channel. So we're just mixing it up and picking it out of the bucket and seeing what we get.
Yep.
Oh, you might as well hold that because you get it next.
Okay.
So we're each going to answer the same question. All right. How did you meet each other? This is from Rebecca. She's an internet stalker and she started commenting on my channel, and then she sent me an email, and then I offered to help her figure out like how to make better thumbnails. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but I was willing to share what little bit of knowledge I had, and we just got together from there.
But she really did think I was a stalker because she didn't want to answer me at first.
Well, you have to be careful.
She did. I was insulted. I said, here I am, this old 72-year-old lady. Look at my videos. Do I look like a stalker?
You didn't show yourself in your videos. You showed hands.
Yeah, right.
And there's so much scamming out there. You could have been anybody, using anybody's image.
Oh.
It couldn't have, it might have not have even really been you. It could have been anybody. You have to be careful. I have almost made it. I have a 20-year-old at home that I have to make sure nothing happens to.
But that's true. That's how we met. She mentioned, I remember you mentioned something about Ybor City. That your mail or something went through Ybor City.
Yes.
And I thought, well, that's not all that far away from me. Maybe I can get to know a fellow crocheter that's not too far away. But she don't live there.
No, it's just that's the central place for all the mail. Everything goes through Ybor and then ships out to whatever
Yeah. So
state
anyhow,
or country it's going to.
long story short, we became friends. She helped me out quite a bit with some of the things I didn't know about. And here we are. How long now? A year or so ago.
About that.
About that. So we get together when we can. And by our market in October, we may be sick of each other.
Don't say that.
We won't be. We won't be. I know we won't be. All right. My turn. My turn. But I'll tell you something. It is awesome meeting friends from YouTube. If you have a chance to do that, do that. Do it in a public place, whatever.
But however you feel comfortable.
Wherever you feel comfortable. But do it, because you would be amazed how much in common you have with someone who crafts the same things that you do. And it's fun to bounce things off of each other. And well, we have Heather up in Nova Scotia, and people call us the Three Musketeers now, and it's like we couldn't be further apart, right? But it's always fun. So do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Just be smart about how you do it. Okay. I got a question. Your turn. Alrighty. This question is from Invisible Joy. And she said, have you thought of consigning to a shop? No. No. I personally have not. I think they take too big of a cut.
Raise your price.
Raise your price. Could do that. But they don't only take a cut, they charge you for the space you're using. And it can get pretty expensive. It can get pretty expensive.
I think that depends on what kind of shop.
Yeah. I know that's how my daughter-in-law's works. And she's way on the other side. She has to go all the way to the other side of the state to be in a better area and a more affluent shopping center. So maybe that's costing her more money for that. But
Yeah, I think that all depends. I've thought about it, but there is nowhere up in my neck of the woods that
you could do that.
I would consider doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to live. I know another crafter that lives in this area who does do a consignment shop. You probably all know her too. Just teeny tiny little space in a shop not far from here. I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but she used to show it on her channel. I don't know if I should mention her name or not.
Do I know her?
Yes. A lot of people don't.
Oh.
You know who I mean now.
Yes.
So I don't want to mention people's names without their permission, so I won't mention names. But I don't know how much money she makes off of that. I can't imagine very much, but
I think it would depend on what kind of business it was. Like, I've heard of people saying, oh, they have their plushies in a bakery, they have their plushies in a flower shop, they have, things like that. So that would be more like the impulse buy.
Yeah.
Versus a place, like I was telling you that the one coordinator at the market, she was having the thing at the mall. But it's this mall in Port Richey that is closing down, and it has been closing down for a few years now, and almost all the shops have moved out of this mall. The only draws it used to have was Bath and Body Works and Ulta. They're both moved out.
Wow.
Well, from October through December, Christmas Eve, I believe, you can pay $45 a month, and they keep 15%. You don't have to do anything but supply them with the product, and they're going to sell it for you. I thought about it, but it's such a dead mall. To me, I feel like I would be wasting my money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because then you would give them your better, nicer items that you could put a price on.
Yeah.
And, you know, definitely not $5 items.
For sure. So if any of you do that, leave a comment below for us. Let us know what you do, how you do it, because I've really never even looked into it.
Yeah, there's nowhere up where I live.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot here either, unless I go into Tampa. And I don't know if I want to go into Tampa. I don't know. Depends where and how much everything would cost.
Next door to the casino.
But they won't take my plushies. Just my money. Just my money. That's it.
Okay. It's my turn, right?
Your turn.
Keep getting all the handwritten ones.
Oh.
Okay, so this one is from Beth. She says, what is your favorite flower and why?
Oh, just.
Oh, and why? And do you make it to sell?
Okay. Well. You gonna go? Me go.
Yeah, I don't know. I like gladiolus. No, I do not make them, and no, I do not sell them. I think they'd be too hard, and I don't have the pattern. And I just, sometimes your creative mind doesn't work like that.
My favorite flower is violets. I'm from the north. I don't think you have violets here in Florida, do you? I don't think so. I think they're a cooler weather plant, and they're in the woods.
I think you have to have them as indoor plants here.
Oh,
like an African violet?
No, wild violets. And I used to have lots of them when I lived in Rhode Island. And, oh, if I could tell a quick story. One year for Mother's Day, my boys, I have 3 sons, my boys were young, and they decided that they were going to surprise me with violets. So they went into the woods. We lived on a couple acres of land out in the country, and they went into the woods and dug up a bunch of violet plants. And they came and planted them in my rose garden. And they surprised me that morning with violets all over my rose garden, which was beautiful, and such a touching moment that the boys thought of doing this. The one thing they didn't know was that violets spread. And before I knew it, my whole rose garden was filled with violets, spilled over the little wall into my front yard, and I had violets everywhere. So no, I do not crochet violets, and no, I would not sell them. Flowers, I don't know. I get intrigued by some of the patterns, and I love the bouquets people make with crocheted flowers and everything.
I think you got to do those with cotton and to get them to really look nice and to have the smaller hook and the real thin like sock yarn.
It looks like too much work to me.
They are a lot of work.
They're beautiful.
For the nice ones, they are a lot of work.
They're beautiful. And the people who do them, God love you, because they are something. But it's not something that I would be interested in doing. That's that. Okay. I like your questions so far, ladies. Okay. We have one of yours this time. Dun, dun, dun.
You can read it.
This is from Gen01. Have you had any issues mixing Bernat Blanket and Big Twist Plush? I don't have my glasses on. Isn't the Big Twist thicker? I thought about mixing brands, but worried the size would come out distorted. Personally, I have these 2 yarns. I have not mixed them yet. Actually, I haven't even used my Big Twist Plush yet. But yeah, I mix yarns all the time. All the time. I don't have a problem doing that, as long as whatever I'm making does not look distorted. I don't want it to look...
You can tell, though, by just looking at the yarn, if it's majorly thick and majorly thin.
Yeah.
I mean, but they look and feel about the same. Shoot, yeah, I'm gonna mix them.
Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a couple of things, and I had no problem with it. So now,
Yeah.
Baby Bernat with the plush might be a little different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Parfait Chunky with it.
Mm-mm.
I probably wouldn't put Sweet Snuggles Light with it either. But
Yeah.
the blanket yarn with blanket, yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Just be smart about it if you want to mix yarns. You know, just feel them, see if they're really similar, and if they are, nobody will know the difference.
That's right.
I did that one. Your turn.
Oh, short timers. Okay. This is from Luna Stark 9876. My question is, do you reverse a pattern that has color changes? I am left-handed and my changes never turn out right. I say no. I say if I have a spot on my plushie's eye that's on the right and you're left-handed, you're going to have a spot that's on the other side of the face. No big deal. I have experienced a couple of patterns lately where they try to do like a right arm and a left arm, or a right horn and a left horn type of thing, right wing, left wing, whatever. And all they're doing is reversing it, and the second one never comes out right. The one that is reversed never comes out right.
That's true, and we learned that one recently.
I've had a few patterns that have been like that.
I only had that one that we both did a test on.
No, I've had a
And
few others lately, and it's like,
yeah.
you know, for example, it might say do 3 single crochets and then 2 slip stitches. In the reverse, it would be 2 slip stitches and 3 single crochets. But it pulls different without those 3 single crochets first, and it's weird. I don't think you should reverse the pattern. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't run into that quite as much, but I did notice on one pattern that we both tested for someone that they did that and it didn't work. So I just go with it. I just go with the original pattern, and somehow or other it works out. Right?
Yeah. I don't know how, but it does.
Yeah. We have to make sure we have enough left for your...
Well, we have the one that I tossed over there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
There's plenty left in here.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you who gave us questions to be able to do this. We
Yes.
appreciate that.
And some of them are very interesting.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Gives you something to think about.
Yep. Yep. And you learn. You learn from different questions and experiences. Learn every day. All right. This is from Debbie, and she says, how long have you been crocheting? I have been crocheting for about 52, 53 years. Most of that time wore blankets. That's what I enjoyed doing. That's what I did. Anytime I found out someone was going to have a baby, there was a baby blanket. There was a baby blanket. I loved it. And I've done many, many full-size Afghans for beds and stuff like that for my kids and as gifts. And only in June of last year did I start doing plushies. So I've been at it a long time. Lots of experience under this belt.
Me, I was taught when I was in 3rd grade. However old you are in 3rd grade, I don't remember. But yeah, my grandmother knitted. She didn't know how to crochet, but the next door neighbor did. She taught me, and when they moved away, the lady that lived across the street taught me granny squares, and just kind of went from there.
Yep.
On and off, and you know, it wasn't like an everyday thing like it is now. But
I had an older lady who lived across the street from me when I was younger, say 12 years old. And she wanted to teach me to crochet, and I couldn't do it because she crocheted with thread. And back in the olden days when I was young, They made all of those beautiful doilies.
Speak for yourself.
I'm older than you. I can say that. She made beautiful doilies, and they were really, really popular back then, and everybody was buying these from her. But she crocheted with thread and the teeny bitty hook, the tiniest little hook. And I couldn't do that. So many years later, my dad was dating this woman, and I wish I remembered her name because she was a nice lady. And she was sitting at the kitchen table one day, and she was crocheting. And I said, I always wanted to learn how to do that, but I never could learn. And she said, come on over and I'll teach you. And the same as Robin, she showed me how to do a granny square. And I haven't stopped since. So don't ever say you can't do it, because you can. Just need the right teacher and the right time.
Exactly. The right teacher.
Right teacher. That's it. Is that my question or yours? I lost track now. Because we're blabbing. I think it's yours. I think I did that. I don't remember.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you don't drop it.
Okay. Oh, Mary. Makes me think of that other channel. Mary. Okay, so question for you and Sue is, I have safety eyes from Amazon and they do not show the size. How can I figure out the size of each one? Thank you, girls. I love watching you too.
Thank you very much. That was kind of you to say.
Mary, get a ruler and use the centimeter side, or, you know, the metric side, and just take your eye and put it up on there. Like, slide it where the post is going to come off, and the top of the button just goes on top, and you'll be able to measure it from there. That's what I do all the time.
Not me. But I probably will now. I probably will do it sometimes now, because I get stuck now and again too. And I think we've all bought safety eyes at some point or another, and you get the package in and it's different sizes and it's all mixed, and it's like, now what do I do?
Especially the backs.
Yeah, oh, the backs. That's a real pain. That's a hit or miss with me, if it's going to fit on. If it fits, yay. If it doesn't, move on to another one and see if it fits. What can you do? A lot of times I'll just take the eye and put it up against other ones that I have, because I do have a container that says what the size eyes are. So I'll just pull out an eye that looks similar, and if they're close enough in size, all right, that's a 12 millimeter or that's a 14 millimeter. That's the lazy way of doing it.
I would end up with big and little.
I've been there.
My visual judgment may not necessarily be the best. Especially when it comes to size.
Yeah. I've been there. I totally get it. But that's what I do. That's what I do. And it irritates the heck out of me when I get eyes like that, where they don't bother to
That's too many.
give you the sizes. Let's see here. Alrighty, good questions. I enjoy this, it's fun. Camille Crochet 777 asks, what do your husbands think of your crocheting? Do they want your attention while you crochet? Do they recognize the stitch counting face?
They better.
Oh yeah. My husband happens to be extremely supportive of my craft. He's an enabler too, because if I go to Joann's, say, and I pick up one skein of yarn, because that's the only color I need at the moment, he'll try to get me to buy every one of them, because he says, I know you'll get home and you'll run out of that color too, and then you'll have to run back again, so you may as well buy them all at once. But he's very supportive of my crocheting. Does he want my attention? He doesn't pay attention. I crochet in the same room that he watches TV. So he doesn't pay, we sit kind of side by side with a table in between us. And he doesn't pay attention to what I'm doing. So too often, he'll start blabbing and I lose count. And as he showed
been there.
And as he showed Robin earlier, he gets the face. Or I do what Robin does, and she'll tell you what she does. But I'm lucky. I'm very lucky he's supportive of this. But he's got to learn to leave me alone when I'm crocheting, because I'm sick of frogging and I'm sick of losing count. Right.
I would say John's pretty supportive, kind of. Like, he does his thing in one room and I do my thing in another room. But he will come in and interrupt several times a day. Like, he brings his phone in and wants to show me some funny little video. Or he won't know how to use something that, or he's pretending not to know how to use something so that he can bug me to help him do it. Technology really stinks sometimes. Some people just don't have it in them to learn them, and some people are like super advanced with it. Like, I think she's way better with apps and stuff than I am. I just don't use things, but for the most part he is. And I don't think they understand the counting face, so you have to be like 3, 4, 5, 6, and just keep getting louder till they get the message.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're counting. Yeah. I get that one a lot.
Yeah, I think I must be out of practice on that mom look, because it's like, he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But when I start slightly raising my voice with each number, he catches on.
You think they'd know by now?
Now, he does, and I can't say that he's like not supportive, because he does brag a lot to his friends and stuff about things that I do. Regardless of what it is, he will brag about it. So,
yes.
I think he just likes to pick on me.
Grumpy brags about my stuff too. He recently worked the polls here in Florida, and he would take pictures and bring them to the polls and show the co-workers at the polls the stuff I make. He even came home with a guy one night to show him my dragons. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he takes it a little step further, I think. But I'm lucky in that way, I guess. Make sure you have enough for your video.
Two more.
I did that one, I think, right?
I did.
Yes. Your turn.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
Who did that last question?
I don't know. You got me so confused.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. And I'm not editing this. I'm not. Look at the wall.
Oh, my God.
I have a lizard on my wall.
You made me think there was a spider up there.
I have a baby lizard crawling up my wall. Look how cute he is.
Okay.
He's saying, who the heck are these people in here?
Made me think it was a spider.
It's not a spider, it's a baby lizard. Baby lizard.
You made my eyes tear up.
We got millions of them here.
Well, I got a million frogs at my house right now.
Yeah, it must be frog hatching season, because people in my area are complaining too about the hundreds and hundreds of baby frogs.
Hundreds. It's more like thousands and thousands.
I'm glad they're not in my yard. All right, this question is from Robin Ellis 1125. And her question is, how many hours per week do you crochet on average, or per day? I have never, ever kept track of how much time I spend crocheting. But if I had to guess, I probably spend 4 to 5 hours a day, here and there, because I'll crochet a little bit, and I'll take a sip of Diet Coke, and then I might like something that's on the TV, so I watch that for 5 minutes, and I'll come back to crocheting, and well, maybe I feel like playing a game on my iPad, so I'll play that for a few minutes and come back to crocheting. So I'm guessing 5 hours, about. Maybe less, I don't know.
For me, I'm gonna say 6 to 8. I know that sounds a lot, but again, it's not like just sitting down for 8 hours and doing it. It's do a little bit, sit down, you walk away, you go do something else, come back, you do a little bit, get, you know, and it goes on throughout the day. And then you might get, like, both of us are like this late at night, when there are no interruptions, you might get a good solid hour or two that you can do it.
When we're not talking to each other at midnight.
Yeah, because the texts will interrupt things, so it's like, wait, finish this round and then I can answer you. Just chill, let me finish it.
Oh, she must be mad. She's not answering me right away. Quit crocheting. I'm more important than that plushie.
So, yeah, I would guess on average, and you know, an average doesn't mean it's gospel in every day, it just means an average. Some days might be more, I'm sure most days are less, but
yeah,
I can put that much in. Not straight though.
Yeah, no way. Hands would be dead.
Gotta take the break, gotta eat, gotta
pee.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, clean your house.
No.
No. Wash the dishes, maybe.
Dishwasher.
No. Oh my goodness. All right, what's that? 2,
Okay.
4, 5, 6. Oh.
We have to make sure we have enough for Robin's video.
7, 8, 9, 10. One more.
More. Who read that? You read. I read that.
Yeah, because that one was from Robin Ellis.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we did is we took the questions from both channels and put it in the bucket, mixing it up. And there were 20 questions, so we're trying to divide it evenly, 10 on Sue's and 10 on mine. So that's why we keep, like, digging around in the bucket. Okay, so this is from Off the Hook by Julia. Her question is, why do you guys do this? Or in other words, what do you get the most out of your craft? And are you more of a yarn collector than a crocheter? I wouldn't say I was a collector. A shopper, maybe. But I do use my yarn every day.
Yeah.
So a collector would just get it to look at it because it looks pretty. So a crocheter or a knitter would get it and use it and then just stay in stock so that when they get that urge to make something, they can just go to town. What do I get out of my craft? I don't know. It got me some friends. Got me a lot of friends, all you guys.
Yeah.
And I get to relax and keeps my mind active. So,
yep. Being retired. For any of you who are in a hurry to retire, don't be in so much of a hurry. It's not as wonderful as you think it is, unless you're rich and you can travel all the time. Because it can get pretty boring.
Even that would get boring after a while.
Yeah, it can get boring being home all the time. I can't sit. I can't just sit and do nothing. It drives me crazy. I'm not a TV watcher. No, I have to be something. I'm either paper crafting or now, in the last year, it's been more crochet than paper crafting because I've been very, very lucky and lots of you have ordered plushies from me. I love it. I love crocheting. It makes me happy. It's my happy place. When I get comments on my videos on Wednesday and you all talk about how much you like something I make, I get that same feeling when I'm making it.
And it makes you feel good when other people like it.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with somebody telling you that they think your work is wonderful. It makes you feel good. And like Robin said, it keeps you busy and it's good for the brain. And I just really, really love it. Really love it.
Your notification just startled me.
Oh, sorry. Am I a yarn collector? I also use my yarn every day. Every day I'm using some of it. Do I have too much? Probably.
Oh, don't we all?
Probably. But show me a crochet or knitter that does it. I used to, a very long time ago, just buy whatever I was making. If I was making a baby blanket, I would go out and buy the yarn I needed for that baby blanket, and that's it. I didn't have a stock of yarn way back, probably because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, no, I would just pick up a skein here and there, and that was it.
Yeah, I couldn't afford to buy the yarn back then. Now, I can every now and again afford to, but
splurge a little bit.
Splurge a little, yeah. But I do look for sales. I try to always buy with sales. Free shipping, whatever I can do. I want to give you a hint. Recently, I put in a small order with Mary Maxim. When I went to check out, the shipping cost was almost as much as what I was purchasing. So I didn't buy it. I was not going to pay. Maybe I was buying $20 worth of stuff and the shipping was $17. It was crazy. So I just left everything in my cart and I turned it off. Well, then I got several emails from them saying, did you forget something? Oh, I think you forgot this in your cart, blah, blah, blah. And I just ignored them and got rid of the emails. Next thing I know, I got an email from them that said, would it help if we did not charge you for shipping?
Yes.
I said, heck yeah. They gave me a code. I went on, I bought my stuff. I didn't pay shipping. Waiting for it to come in. My ring just went off. It might be that. It might be that. But if that happens with you, I would give you a little piece of advice that was not asked for yet. Leave it there. Leave it in your cart.
That's like when buying the patterns on Etsy. Put it in your cart, favorite it, and leave. Wait a few hours and go back and look, and you just might have a coupon offer from that seller.
Yep.
I shouldn't say that. You didn't hear it from me. But a lot of them use that to get you to come back. Some of them don't, but a lot of them do.
Yep.
It's not mandatory. But
it just happened with me on a pattern I bought. I left it there, and I don't know, the next day, 2 days later.
It might only be 10% and you save 50 cents. But if you buy patterns the way I buy patterns, you might end up with a free pattern or two at the end of the month.
Yep.
From that, those little savings add up.
Yep. You have to play the games. You have to play the games, especially with the big companies that you may buy your yarn from, because they are overcharging on shipping.
Heck, on all of it, even on the product itself.
Yeah, so don't get all shook up about it that you're not getting your stuff right away. Wait a few days. I can almost guarantee you they're going to make a deal with you. Almost guaranteed. And I think, was that the last one? I think that was the last one.
So now they have to head over to my channel, if they haven't already been there, to see the other half.
Yep.
So.
Yes.
And in case she didn't tell you, I'm Robin with Knotting Hook Crochet.
Why did I have to tell you?
I don't remember, because it's your channel and you're supposed to do introductions.
I said this is my friend Robin.
I know, but you're supposed to say where I'm from.
Okay.
You watch.
Crafty Sue 519. I didn't say that either.
You watch. I'll get it right on my channel. You just watch. Now that we've got to practice on hers first.
And mine should be more interesting with all the flubs and blubs and everything else.
Probably.
Probably done. Now we're going to be pro and polished on the next one. Thank you, everybody, for watching this and for all your questions. we enjoy this. We have a good time doing this. We get a lot of laughs, and and we learn too, because some of the questions you ask really make us think.
Right. You wouldn't think necessarily about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you like content like this, let us know, and maybe in another month or so we'll do it again. So we'll see. Thank you again, and we'll see you
Over there.
over on her channel. Bye.